Anything specific you can do about those offensive struggles in the second half?
Well, you go back and look at it. It's not just offensive struggles. It could be, what we changed at halftime or plays called. I mean, it's not just the players' fault. It's all of our fault. My fault. You have to come out, and we played good in the third quarter at times this year. But a couple of times it's really counted in terms of making plays. Florida, for instance, and then the LSU game, for instance, the two best teams that we've played, we haven't played. But on the other hand, you got to give them some credit. I mean, they're two good teams that are not going to stand over and let you block them. And they make changes and they do things different, and then it's a little bit easier to play defense. It's easier to make changes on defense than it is on offense. And so you kind of have to wait and see what they're doing. And I would have been real disappointed had we just taken the entire game off in the second half. But we came back, we bounced back, and understood what they were doing. And Brandon had a great game. And, you got to give him credit. Brad Lester had a great game. Our offensive line's protection was much better than it was the year before, when Brandon just basically took a beating from virtually the same defensive line he played the other night. And there's some things on the horizon, I think, that will make us better. But as coaches, we can help also. We can change things around. But sometimes when you go in with a 17-7 lead, things are going pretty good, then you don't make a lot of adjustments. You don't go in and say, listen, we're going to change all this. What you do is you go in and you get them ready to go the second half, but prepare them for what they're going to do on the other side of the ball to try to counter that. And we just haven't been able to do that in some of the bigger games.
Do you think you're going to make some substantive changes for that third quarter offensive stuff?
No, again, it's a chess match. You just do what they do. If they come out and make changes, and we make changes. And I thought we did. As the game went on, first three drives in the third quarter, I think we might have made one first down, and we gave them the ball. But again, offensively, we knew. We talked about it at halftime. We knew they were going to come out and open it up on offense. They were going to run some boots and try to get the quarterback outside. They were going to run reverses. And we talked about all that, and that's exactly what they did. And again, you just can't look at the offense. You got to look at the defense, and what we did. We didn't go out and play near as well defensively as we did the first half in terms of making plays. We missed more tackles the second half than we probably missed 3 ball games before. But also that has something to do with the people you play. We weren't playing the sister report. We were playing maybe the best team, most talented team in the country. And we played them shoe for shoe, but they made a step up. I thought Doucette made a tremendous addition to what they were doing in the second half. We had them 3rd and 9, one of the first drives, and we had 4 guys on him and still made the play. You can't cover it any better than that. You just hope that sometimes you fall into one. But again, they're a good football team, a great football team. They're not a good team. They're as good as anybody will play this year. So sometimes you look at yourself and blame yourself, but also you need to turn around and look. You got to give that other team credit for what they did, not what you did.
After the Florida game, you talked about you really wanted the team the next week to be focused because it was such a big win for them. This week, the guys say it's just the opposite. It's you don't even have to tell them because they're so hungry just to get back on the football field. Is that what you've seen from them so far?
Oh yeah. This team will be ready to play. But Ole Miss will be ready to play. It'll be an SEC game. Everybody will go out and they'll try to play the best. You can't ever look at past performances. You always have to worry about the present. And we've done a pretty good job of that this year, worrying about what you can do today and not worried about what's going to happen tomorrow or what happened yesterday. This team has been on track pretty good for that. We played well after the Florida game, and I hope we play just as well after this game.
What about the performance of the last couple of weeks from Montez Billings?
Made big strides. We've been looking for that second receiver that Brandon can have a lot of confidence in, and Montez made some great plays. But he did it the week before. He's starting to get confidence, and he's one of those type of guys that doesn't say a lot. He works hard. He's done it in practice. I mean, that's the thing. He just didn't show up in the game. We've noticed that he's been working much harder in practice to make himself a better target. He's a big guy. He's tall, rangy. I thought it was a great catch he made on the first touchdown. Plus, it was a little bit of a busted route in terms of he had to come all the way across the field, keep working with the quarterback. Brandon made a good scramble, getting out of the pocket, working and looking downfield, and again, that shows that Brandon's starting to have more confidence in him.
You expect to play Robert Dunn this weekend, or?
I don't know yet. He's back at practice, working hard. He stood up and addressed the team on Sunday himself without anybody asking him to do that. He made a mistake, made a bad mistake, but this team's not made on one person. I think they understand that. And most of them that have. He surely understands that now that he didn't have the opportunity to play in one of the biggest games in college football this year. And so, and will not be able to bring that back. I mean, you can't ever recover that. So, he's got a lot to prove, a lot to do. He's got some extra work he's got to do, and that'll be mainly between him and Coach Knox. I wash my hands of it once he's back on the team and into the fold, and then he has to prove it, with the players and with his position coach after that.
I remember when you came over here from Ole Miss and people used to get so excited, wanting to boo you and do all that kind of stuff. It seemed like a lifetime ago.
Seemed like forever, and it has been. Heck, it's been almost a decade. But it's they're still, it'll still be used and talked about, and their players will be fired up about it, and most of them were probably in elementary school. But it's you look for anything possible to get people motivated, but they'll be motivated. They won't need that this week because their coaches will do a good job. And, they won't play two games in a row like they played last week. That's what you try to. That's coaching. You get them motivated, get them ready to play, and they'll look forward to coming over and playing us. And as they'll say, this will be a game in which they can change their fortunes around.